Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Laney Shaughnessy and I'm here with another EZSMART quick tip for you. Today we're going to focus on the EZ1 Woodworking Center and I'm going to talk to you about how to square your guide rail up with your reference fence. It's always a good practice after 50 to 100 cuts to check your square. Make sure that you're running true and getting those perfect cuts each and every time. So let's go ahead and get a little bit closer and we'll take a look at the guide rail. I've got it kind of over dramatized right now and out of square. Show you what that looks like and then show you how quickly and easily we can just make a couple of adjustments, get back into square, running true, and up and cutting again in no time. All right guys, so when it comes to squaring your guide rail with your reference fence, you can use a couple of things. You can use either a simple framing square, a small speed square, or in the case that I'm using here is an oversized speed square. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that your square that you use in your shop is true. Some squares, depending on the manufacturer, they may be a little out or they have some wear and tear on them from use. Just make sure that you're using a true square and you should be fine. The first thing that we're going to do, we're going to take our guide rail and let's set this aside for a minute. We're going to take our guide rail, we're going to raise it up. We're going to take our anti-chip edge and we are just going to slide it out of the way. Now from there, bring your guide rail back down and bring your center cross fence closer to you because you want the end of that square to be able to rest on it. So let's go ahead and bring that closer, and what we want to do now is make sure that we are referencing on our sliding cross brace here. The sliding cross brace slides back and forth in the leading cross fence. You want to make sure that that's locked down so it's centered, and this is what your material references up against when you're placing your material on the table to be cut. You're referencing the edge against this sliding cross rail here, so that's what you want to reference your square to. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the square, we're going to reference it up against that sliding cross rail, and then we're going to bring it over to the guide rail and make sure that we're running true. Now I am actually out of square. I've kind of over dramatized it and we'll get a little bit closer, show you what that looks like, and I'll show you how quickly and easily we can just quickly adjust that back into square so we're up and cutting again and running true. Now as you can see on the back end of my square here, when I bring it up, I'm making good contact on the leading end, but on the back end, we've got this gap right here and we don't want that. We want it nice and true. So all we're going to do is there's simply 2 bolts that we're going to loosen on one or the other end of the guide rail. Doesn't matter, you choose. And we're going to just shift that guide rail over until we're running true. So let's take a look at that. So I've decided to work with the far end of the guide rail, and on the bridge there are 2 1/2-inch bolt heads here. What we're going to do is we're just going to give them a simple quarter turn, loosen it up. That way we can slide the guide rail back and forth in one position or another to get it squared up. All right, with that slight adjustment now, all I have to do is come back and double check, make sure that we pulled it into square, and we did, so it's running true. My guide rail is now square with my sliding cross stop, and I'm ensured that I'm going to be making 90-degree cuts because our sliding cross stop is what our material is going to be referencing against. And as long as one edge of our material is referencing against this sliding cross stop and our guide rail is running 90 degrees to that, we're going to be making square cuts. So now with that done, we'll simply just take and tighten the bridge back up and we're ready to go. All right, so ensuring that the bridge doesn't move, we want to go ahead and take and bring that quarter turn back and tighten both of these up. No need to over torque them, and just want to make them locked in so we're not moving anywhere. All right, once the bridge is secured and tightened back up, go ahead and raise your guide rail and slide your anti-chip edge back into place. Lower your guide rail and you are ready to begin cutting. Now, like I said, it's good practice to make sure you check for square, make sure you're running true every 50 to 100 cuts, but if you want to do it more frequently, set yourself on a schedule and a routine. That is a great idea because it's good practice and you always want to make sure that you're ensuring yourself true, perfect cuts each and every time. Well guys, that's it for this EZSMART quick tip. Until next time, I'll see you soon.